Your landing page will fail unless it matches one of these 5 buying cycles. Now, this is a super important topic because I see tons of e-commerce brands launching ad campaigns, landing pages, and what happens is there is a total disconnect between the messaging on those landing pages, on those ad campaigns, and where their customers are actually at. So if you want to build landing pages for your e-commerce brand that actually converts and that resonates with your customers, you need to understand where your customer's at, and you need to build campaigns and landing pages that actually matches that. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through what those 5 buying stages are and how to build a landing page for each of those, the do's and the don'ts. So just to get started, for context, the 5 buying stages are unawareness, need awareness, solution awareness, product awareness, and then obviously the purchase. Now, every marketer has their own definition of these stages. I believe this type of buying cycle here comes from Eugene Schwartz, a pretty famous copywriter from a long time ago. But technically there's a 5th stage between product awareness and purchase that he references. However, I like to keep it a little more simple just to make it a little easier to follow, especially when it comes to building landing pages for e-commerce. Now, keep in mind that the least aware your audience is, the bigger your audience, right? Obviously, there's more people in this world that doesn't know about your product that actually knows about your product. And then obviously as you go down to the product awareness stage, well, people that actually know about your product, the solution and the alternatives, that represents fewer people. What that means is most of the growth and where the money lies for brands wanting to scale is in the earlier stages, right? It's really creating that need, creating that desire, educating them on the solutions. But it also means that it's harder because in order to get someone to the purchase, you need to get them through all the other stages, right? To get an unaware customer to the purchase, you need to get them through the need awareness, solution awareness, and product awareness stage before actually getting to that point. So here's how to do that. Now, the customer in the unaware stage, let's just talk about that one. That customer doesn't yet know that they have a problem. They doesn't know that they can solve it. They don't know what solutions exist. And quite frankly, they don't care, right? And this is one of the big mistakes that brands do. They will try to target the unaware customer, maybe with a product page and sending them to a product page. They're going to talk about the product. They're going to talk about the price. Maybe they're going to talk about how they're better than the competitors. But that is completely irrelevant at this point because at that point, customers don't even know that they have a problem, right? How can you sell someone on, how a product is better than the other for the purpose of back pain if you don't know you have back pain? Obviously, that's a very highly fictional scenario, but right, if the customer doesn't know they have that need, you can't try to convince them on things that are relevant for people that are a little deeper in the funnel. So how to target those customers is going to be a little different. What you'll want to do is you're going to want to create listicles or advertorials. You want to create highly story-driven types of content. So calling out an enemy, doing a pattern interrupt, founder stories. I have a couple examples of that, but that's really, a good way to approach it. One example is this page we built a while back for Primarily Pure. You'll notice that the headline is 5 reasons to ditch your drugstore deodorant. Now, it doesn't talk about natural deodorants. It doesn't talk about the problem yet, right? Like, we're not necessarily saying you should use a natural deodorant or drugstore deodorants are bad. We're just really kind of introducing, and we're saying, hey, this habit of yours of buying drugstore deodorants, maybe you should ditch it. So we're interrupting people in their daily lives by offering a, different point of view. Now, what we're going to do here is over time, the first points, right? So first point, repeated exposure to harmful chemicals. It is purely educational. We're not promoting this natural deodorant just yet. We're not talking about natural deodorants just yet. We're just talking about why your drugstore deodorant is bad. Over time, as we go from point 1 to point 5, we're slowly going to introduce why a natural deodorant is better, and then why this primarily pure natural deodorant is better than the others as well. So we're really, first targeting the unaware customer and then walking them through all the other stages in one page. This is actually important. Keep in mind when we're talking about those buying stages, we're very often talking about how do you open your landing page, right? With the headline, with the ad that comes before that, right? Ultimately, that's what matters, because your landing page will still aim to get people to buy at the end of the day. But the top of the page, to get people, well, your page should start with the stage that your customer's in. Another example, we did not build this page, by the way, but I had this in my swipe file from a long time ago. But this landing page for Hint Water, Getting Called Sweetie helped this entrepreneur create a multi-million-dollar business. And then eventually, by the end of the article, you're getting a deal to buy a case of water, something like that. So it's very broad. It doesn't talk about why this water is better than the others. It doesn't talk about that. It really talks about just like an entrepreneurial story that brings people in. So that was for the unawareness stage. Keep in mind, just don't talk about your product yet. People don't even care. You really just want to draw people in. But once people are drawn in, right, they're going to be in the need awareness stage. That's when the customer knows of their need, but they don't know any of the solutions or products, right? So someone could know, I'll use the back pain example. They might know they have back pain, but they don't know what to do about it. So what do you want to do? Well, you want to draw people in by clearly defining the problem that you're solving. Define that problem, make your customers relate with that problem, but also like how much does it cost? And I'm not talking just in monetary dollars, but how much, what are the downsides of not solving that problem, right? So that's the need awareness stage. Now, what you don't want to do just yet is still probably best not to talk about your product name in the headline. Probably best not to mention your price either. Probably best to not even talk about your competitors. People aren't fully aware of the solutions, and they probably don't care about your product. They just want to relate with the problem that you're solving. So clearly defining the problem you're solving and proving that you're able to solve that problem, that's how you're going to get people to stick. One landing page that does that, and a little more, but just in the headline, is Vanity Planet. This is a landing page we built a while back. Prevent annoying breakouts with this heavenly facial steamer, right? So we're not talking about the product. We're not saying this is the Era iconic steamer. We actually wanted to create some curiosity. First, we say prevent annoying breakouts, which is what people want to prevent, with this heavenly facial steamer. So we're creating curiosity, but we're not mentioning the brand name yet because we want to create curiosity, and that's why we said heavenly. Now, once we're past that stage, obviously that's when people are becoming aware of the different solutions, right? Like, let's say, oh, I have breakouts. Well, what are the other solutions? And this is when people are Googling, different solutions, when they might have a couple ideas where maybe one is the facial steamer, maybe pimple patches are something else, maybe this other face cream is another option, right? Customers are aware of the solution, your product, and your competitor's product, but they probably don't know everything about each of those yet, and they're not sure or convinced which one is best for them either. So in this stage, right, this is really where you're going to want to explain why your product is better than the competitors. You want to provide proof of its unique mechanism, right? What about it is unique that's going to solve that problem better than others? And then you want to explain, what are those features that are different, that makes it better than the competition, right? Again, it's about really standing out amongst, all the other alternatives. A couple examples of that. This is a landing page we built for Snow. 7 reasons why celebrities prefer this whitening routine over the dentist. Now, we're targeting people here that want to get whiter teeth, that knows that they can go to the dentist, but we're also kind of saying, hey, well, there's other reasons. This is another solution, and this is why, celebrities actually prefer this routine. So this is one page that worked really well. Here, get long-lasting pain-free back pain relief. So we're really talking about the outcome without meds or surgeries. Here, customers in the survey research really told us, like, I don't want to use meds. I don't want to go through surgery, but I want to get long-lasting pain-free back pain relief. So here, we're opening with that. And there's a lot of proof as well that, happens in the top section of the page. And I think my camera is hiding the subheadline. But get long-lasting pain-free back pain relief without meds or surgeries. That's, a page targeted for the solution awareness customer. Something a little different. Obviously, how you build your page is still going to depend on your traffic source and what exactly you're trying to achieve. Here for Moonpod, this page was really targeting people that were searching for competitors in Google. But here, for example, right, we have Moonpod and we're comparing it to the other competitors. Other beanbags want to be like us when they grow up. And we're not talking about the benefits of Moonpod necessarily or the benefit of a beanbag. We're just saying, well, if you're in the market for a love sack or a recliner or something, here's how Moonpod stacks against those. So once you've gone through the solution awareness stage, obviously that's when people are pretty aware of your brand, they're aware of your product, they're aware of what it does, and they know they want it, right? They know they want your product, and this is when you reach the product awareness stage. This is the place where a product page will probably do the job, or a hero style page that pitches your product pretty much right at the top also works well. At this stage, the customer doesn't need to be educated on the problem. They don't need to be educated on why they need to solve it. They just really want reasons to buy now. And that might be the better deal, the best deal possible, the fastest shipping, free shipping, right? They just want reasons to make a purchase now. So do not send people to an advertorial. Do not send people to a listicle. And here, yes, it is okay to just have the name of your product listed like a PDP, right? You might not need like a super fancy headline. So that, however, is a stage that a lot of people are using where they're building landing pages made for the product awareness stage. And they introduce their product, the pricing, and all of that for customers that are in the earlier stages. And that's when things tend to fail most. So if you want to convert customers, to sum it up, you want to make sure that you build a landing page that matches the exact stage that your customer is at. Now, that's it for today. I hope that was helpful. If you want to get your own landing pages that matches your own customer's journey, well, go to splitbase.com to request a proposal or learn more about how we can help you build high converting landing pages for your e-commerce store. But on that note, if you have any questions, leave a comment below or just tweet me at Paulin-Daigle.